times, and so for some reason it didn't work there. But let me just check and verify this is working right now. I'm recording right now. Let me just kind of check and see if this works. And yeah, no, we're good. Everything's looking good. All right, so all systems are go. All right. Well, good to have everybody here. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to continue on learning how to CAD for construction. And the thing is on the okay, and the particular okay, need something? No, no. Okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So what we're going to be doing is learning how Revit is used to in the construction industry. So we're going to be doing that. So really start with the basics. Again, a lot of what you run into with a lot of these is how the actual application behaves. So we're going to look at that tonight. So what we're going to be doing is we've got this right here, and what we're going to do is we're going to start using a template that we use last week. We're going to do some practicing. And we're going to do some practicing just to see how all this works. So let's all do this together. Let's all go out to Brightspace. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Brightspace. So to do that, we go back out to here. And when you go out to Brightspace, you go to the course home and you're going to see it's going to look like this. And then when you get out to Brightspace, you want to go down here to the classroom project. Same place we went last time. We're going to use the same template. So go out to Brightspace and go to the classroom project. And that's going to go ahead and jump in just like this. We're going to see that. Now, here at the classroom project, what we're going to do is we're going to download it. Here's the CAD classroom template, which is right here. So click on this, the CAD classroom template. And then once you do this, you're going to see this familiar look because we've done this before. And click on your download right here. Click on the download button. So we'll click on that, and then that's going to crunch for a couple seconds. Now, don't double click on it. Don't double click on it. What you want to do is you want to start Revit. Okay, so if you don't have Revit down at the bottom of your machine, to find Revit, this is what you do. You go ahead and from your desktop, you're going to go ahead and on your desktop, you're going to go over here and you're going to go to Department Apps, which is right here. And all right, hi, thanks for making it. How you doing? Good, good. And is Elisha? All right, good to have you here. Thanks for making it. All right. All right. Good, good, good. So what we're doing right now is we're actually starting up Revit, and then we're going to Brightspace, and we're downloading a template. Oh, okay. And everyone's kind of coming in now. All right. So all right. Did you have rough weather?
Traffic.
Yeah, okay, yeah, me too. Elisha, did you have bad traffic tonight? Yeah, yeah, me too. All right. All right. All right, let's get everybody settled in and I'll get us all kind of going here as I can. So just first of all, just go ahead. Yeah, everyone's coming in now. Okay, I had a feeling that might happen and it is, so that's all good. All right, how's it going, Anthony? Doing good, doing good. Okay. All right, so what we're doing right now is as you're coming in, go ahead and get yourself logged in. I'll give you guys a minute or two to get logged in, and then we will go ahead and continue on here. So I'm just going to take a look at your screens here so I can see what's going on. So log in to, yeah, you're going to log into Revit, and what we're going to do is, so log into your machine, log into Revit, and then if you do that, we're going to download a template. So that's where we're going right now. Okay. Yeah, it's going to take a minute, I know. So as you're logging in there, I will repeat to you guys what I said before. On a day like today, I almost canceled class for tonight, and for those that are just showing up, just because I had a horrible commute coming and I didn't want someone getting hurt trying to get here. However, I held off doing that. First of all, the school did not call it, so I thought, well, maybe it's better out there. Second of all, I realized that if I send you an email, my students have not been in the habit really well of looking at their email. Okay, so therefore I could have canceled class and you all would have shown up anyway, or most of you. So please, in this kind of situation, please look at your email. It's really the only way I have of communicating with you. I do have access to your phone numbers. I prefer not to use that. That's your privacy. I don't like to do that if I don't have to. So you want to go ahead and just check your email on a daily today, because if I was able to get a response from you, I would have canceled tonight because I thought it was kind of ridiculous to show up with so many weather-related situations and a lot of traffic jams and a lot of accidents and stuff like that tonight. Okay, so just watching your machines and just kind of waiting for everybody to get logged in and opening up Revit so that we all can kind of like get there. And I realize I'm looking at things a little bit slow, but we'll just go ahead and do that and make that happen. So tomorrow's supposed to be a wind chill around -24. Not sure if you heard that,
Yeah.
but yeah,
-2 and then -24 for the wind chill.
which is usually enough for them to cancel school. We'll see if that happens. I don't know. I'm kind of new to this. I'm not new to this, but it's been 28 years since I've been teaching in public schools. So we'll see how that works. Okay, it looks like you guys are all kind of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, we're all here. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay, looks like we're all there. So this is what we're gonna do, everybody. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go out to Brightspace. So when we go out to Brightspace here, you go to Brightspace, and then what we're gonna do is we're going to go out to when you take a look here, we're going to go to the same place we went to a couple weeks ago, which is going here to the classroom project. So you can get it, the classroom project, you can get it from a couple different places, but you want to find the classroom project. And when you find the classroom project, you're going to open it up, and then you're going to see this template. Now, remember, we always start with a template of some kind. So we're just going to reuse this template because it's got what we need. So what we do is you click the chevron to the right, and then we're going to go over here. Yeah, did you have a question?
Well, it's saying the system.
What's it doing?
So sorry, we're having trouble.
Okay, let me take a look. Sorry. Okay. All right. Try it again. That's all I can tell you. I think everyone else was able to log in, so I'm not sure what's going on there. So close out of that, click the X up at the top. And okay, so let's go ahead and go back down to at the bottom. You got that kind of the edge icon, which looks like kind of a blue and a green swirl at the bottom of your screen. Okay, and then see we got. Let's try this again. So log in as a student. See what we get here. All right. Okay. Do you have the Authenticator app? Okay. And say yes. I always say yes. Okay, looks good. Let's try again. Okay, and then okay, and then yeah, and grab this class, which is okay, MON 26SP Spring at the okay, yeah, and classroom project. Just click on the yeah, click right there. All right, then what you want to do is click on the little down arrow to the right of CAD classroom template. Click right there, and then just choose download. Okay, and then don't double click on it because it's going to just make life a little bit harder. Now, everybody, to open up Revit, if you've not opened up Revit yet, this is how you open up Revit. You might have it down here at the bottom of your screen, or you might not. I think I put mine here. But to get to Revit, you would go over here, and you would go over here to where did that go? Okay, yeah, okay, there it is. Okay, so we're gonna go over here, and what we're gonna do is over here. Can you guys see over here? It says Department Apps. You double click on that, and you open it up. And then when you open that up, we then will go to Engineering Technologies, and then you're going to go to Autodesk. And after you go to Autodesk, you're going to go to Revit 2025. And then it says Revit 2025 here. What you can do then is you can take that and you can drag it down onto your taskbar, or you can right click on it and you can go ahead and tell it that you want to pin it to the taskbar, pin to start either way. All right, but you want to make sure you start it. And once you start it, you should then be ready to go. Okay, so now let's see how we're doing here. Let's see if everyone's there. I think we are getting close. Okay, let me go ahead and let this go here. Okay. Oh, can you just close that X there, Paul? And then if down at the bottom of your screen, there's the blue icon that has a white R in it. Just click on that. It'll bring Revit right back up. Okay, good. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here, and we're in Revit right now. So now to get a project started, we've downloaded the template. So what you're gonna do is we're going to go over here. We're gonna go here where it says sure it says that. So it says you got models right here, you got open, and you got new. I'm going to turn a little bit of light off here. So you got this. Let's go ahead and click on new right there. Now, when you click on new, it's going to ask you for a template. So you're going to go over here and browse. You're going to browse out here. So you click browse. Now, when you do that, you're not in the right location to see it. These are all templates. They're all good, but they're not the one we're using. So go down here and we're going to go down to the double click on the desktop. And when you do that, you'll then see downloads. And this is where it's going to show up. So you go to downloads, and this is where it goes by default. And you should be seeing right now CAD Classroom. You guys all see that? Okay. So click on CAD Classroom and click open. And that will give us a starting point when you click the OK button. So you click OK, and it's going to open up and look like this. Let's go ahead and get to this point. Once we get to this point, we are then going to start learning a few interesting things here. So right here, we are now there. It looks like we're just about there. Okay. All right. And you should be seeing right now the four. Okay. Good, good, good. I think we're all set. Does anyone, before we go any further, is everyone with me? Okay. Let me jump in here. All right. So let me just kind of take over here for a second. All right. So what we're doing here is we're going to new, and we're going to browse, and we're going out here to the desktop. We're going here to downloads, and there's your CAD Classroom right there. So we're opening it, and we click OK. And then we're all going to start with the same blank space right here. Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I think we're all set. Okay, now what we're going to do is in this area right now, there's nothing in this drawing. It's totally blank. There's nothing there except there's a little thing right out here. If you zoom into that, it's actually a stray monitor. But if you click on it, you can just right click and choose delete just to get rid of that. Okay, and you can zoom back out. So that's all I did is zoom into there and get rid of that, just that we're all on the same page. You can get rid of that. Okay, and then we're back, and again, to zoom in and out, you roll the wheel on your mouse forward and backwards. You hold the wheel down to pan and zoom. That's what we have there. Okay, so that's, now we have a starting point. Now, what we're going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to talk a little bit about how this all works. So I'm just going to go ahead and going to jump out here just for a second. Here, I'm going to show you something else while we're doing this. I'm just going to go ahead and open up another resource right now, right here. And this is actually something that I use for my different customers. And it's actually professional training curriculum, but it's good stuff. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab this real quickly. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Oh, Kanaya. Okay, how you doing? All right. Um, Get rid of Okay, one second here. No, maybe I won't do this. All right. Okay, let's see. There we go. We are in. Okay, good. And all right, and then had the wrong password. So we'll just go ahead and move on from there. And let's see here. Okay, going to be looking at Revit right now. Okay. Yeah, Revit 20. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're in here. Okay, now getting into this right now, I'm just going to kind of talk about this a little bit and going to talk about some of the things that we can do here. All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and go down to here to kind of show a few things because I've got a few things that are interesting here. So when we talk about Revit and we talk about introducing the introduction to Revit, a couple things I want to point out here. What I'm going to do right now, just for you're getting logged in right now? Okay. And very good. And all right. And thank you for showing up. I know it was a hard commute for you.
Just stuck in the traffic.
Yeah, yeah, I had same thing. All right, all right. Okay.
We're doing the intro to Revit.
Yeah, actually what we're doing is go back to CAD Classroom.
Okay.
And when you go to CAD Classroom, we're going to just download the same template we downloaded last week. Yep, and click to the arrow to the right of the CAD Classroom and then download it. Okay, did you just double click on that?
Um,
It's okay if you did. I just want to know what because I'm going to have to go through another step with you when we go through that. Because when you double click on a template, it stays a template. You can't save it as a project.
okay.
So it just creates another it just creates another step. Okay, now we're ready to go. Uh, and I do appreciate everybody coming here, and I'll tell you the same thing I told everybody else. Please, on days like today, I nearly canceled today. I was at home. I got home from a hellacious commute, it took me twice as long. It was bad. And I got home and I said, this is insane. I'm gonna cancel my class. I don't want anyone to get hurt. And after I got home, the sun comes up and there's nothing going on. I call up here and they say, oh yeah, it's great here. So I'm like, oh gosh. I was thinking, why aren't they canceling? Well, they didn't cancel because it looks great here. That's the problem with this lake effect stuff. It's just these bands that are really narrow, and if you're in them, they're really wicked. And anyway, so that's what happened right there. Please, on a day like today in the future, please look at your email. I don't have any way to contact you all at once, but I may pull an executive decision and say, screw this. They can go ahead and play We're Brave and we go to school. I'm not risking anybody for that. We can make it up a week later. Okay, we're not doing that. I can always make a video, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So look at your emails so you know whether or not I'm basically calling an audible because I may do that. Okay, is everyone here? Looks like everyone's there. I see people are okay. Let me just take a look here because everyone's kind of all over the board right now. I've got to make sure we're all there. And my screen has a little latency, so make sure everyone's at the same spot. Because once we get started, I want to make sure we're all good to go. I think we're good. Okay, good. Now, all right, so now what we're going to do here is, yeah, on my screen back here, when I take a look at it, there's like a delay, and it can sometimes be fairly lengthy. But okay, over to here, we're going to talk about this now. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take over your screens. Okay, now that I've got this, I'm going to go here, and I'm just going to take over your screens and show you some stuff. I'm going to go ahead and show you my screen, and we're going to do this. Okay, now, so taking a look at this right now, I have this right here, which is an introduction to Revit. We're going to go ahead and talk about this. Now, as we get into this right now, there's a few things I want to talk about. The first thing is a BIM and Revit. Okay, so what's the difference? Okay, when you take a look at this right now, one of the things I want to point out is that BIM, Building Information Modeling, is a term that actually was developed by the Revit marketing team. And it actually describes what they do. So what you have going on right here with Revit is this kind of a thing. So let me kind of explain what's going on here. What you have happening here, and you can look at your screen over here. Are your screens blurry or are they okay? They're kind of blurry or they're not bad? Okay. All right, so what you got going on here is you've actually got this kind of a thing. And I always think of it in terms of like, this is like a Lego model, okay? So what you'll have is whenever you create something in Revit, it's like a Lego model. In other words, it's physical. It's as if you were holding it in front of you. And as you take it, you can look at it in different angles. You can actually take it and look at it from top down, and that'd be essentially like a roof plan view. You can actually hold it to the side, that would be an elevation view. You can take the roof and pull it off, that'd be a floor plan. So all this is coming from here. And when one thing changes on the Revit model, it changes everywhere, which is really crazy and wonderful and good because AutoCAD doesn't do that. So Revit is a parametric modeling software, and parametric meaning parameters. It's working with parameters. So that's what it's doing here. So a relationship is established between building elements. When one element changes, all the other related elements and geometry is modified. It's building, it's a modeler, we have all that. So that's kind of the difference. Now, if you're familiar with AutoCAD, the way things used to work is everything goes in one direction. You make an AutoCAD plan. If it's the first floor plan, and let's say it's right here, I've got this right here. Well, then I got the second floor plan and the third floor plan, and they're all disjointed from each other. Together, you take a look at them, you understand what the model is, but nothing is connected. But in Revit, if you make a change in any area, it's going to reflect everywhere. So if I go into my first floor plan and I move a door down the hall 10 feet and change the door swing, that immediately happens in the model. It shows up in the elevation. It shows up in the door schedule. It shows up in the section. So everywhere it just ripples through, which is really quite amazing. The only term we really care about right now is families. Everything in Revit is a family. Walls are all, when you put walls in your project, they are going to be walls that are part of a certain kind of family. There's exterior wall families, there's interior wall families, there's block wall families, there are wood stud wall families. So everything's a family. Walls, doors, windows, everything's a family. Revit, the goal of what we're going for right now is construction documents, otherwise known as CDs, because when you are working in the architecture industry or the civil industry, what's going to happen is typically you get paid by putting together a set of construction documents. That's what you present to the customer. That's the deliverable. In other words, there's not going to be any money exchange until they get that. And once they get that, they say, okay, now we'll pay you. So that's it. It's the CDs. This is where the money is. Okay, that's what it is. That's the deliverable. And along with that, all the engineering, the planning, and everything that goes along with it. So that's what we're after. And when you guys walk out of here, in May, I'm going to give you a set of plans, 24 by 18-inch plans that are actually going to be a roll of prints you're going to take with you, and you'll have available to show to a potential employer. And it is a good thing to do. So that's going to happen. So that's where we're going with this whole thing. But we got a bunch of steps between here and there. Now the interface of Revit, it looks like this. It kind of explains these things. Now, as I go into here, let me just kind of explain it on your desktop real quickly. When we talk about this real quickly, and I keep on losing this, but let me get this out of the way. Okay, maybe I just close it. Let's get rid of that. Okay, over here, these are your main tools in Revit. This is known as your ribbon. You've got the build, you've got your walls, you got your doors, you got your windows. And so far what we've used is walls, components. This is where we get the stuff like the chairs and the tables and everything. We put in a ceiling and we put in a floor, and that's pretty much all we've done so far. Other than that, there are other things that we'll work at as we go along here. Okay, so that's there. Now, here's the other things I want to point out. All this is your drawing area right here. This is drawing area. Down here, this is actually where you can change your visual, your view controls. Okay, this is how we've learned that we can actually hide and reveal stuff. Also over here, you got glasses, you got a few other things. This is what we talked about before. This is what we talk about as far as our visual style, as far as whether it's realistic or wireframe. And then we have a couple other things down here. Down here is your what is known as the project browser. This is how we get to the different views. This is how we look at the different views. So level one is our floor plan level one. You got ceiling plans, and since this is a brand new project, there's really not much going on. You do have elevations that are here by default, but we don't have anything yet. So we're going to populate this as we go along here. This is right here, your properties. Okay, so all this is stuff that we have here. So just to show you how this works and what we would do here, what we're going to do is we're just going to go over here and start to make a wall. So if I go here to wall and click here, if I go to wall, what happens is a bunch of things happen. First of all, just to review, we did this last week, but this says wall center line. The base constraint, meaning the bottom of the wall, what does it set on? It sets on level one. And when we're talking about levels, levels kind of work like this. This right here, this is a level. Okay, this is level one. Okay, the next floor up there, however far it is, that's level two, and so forth. So those are levels. And so when you're talking about putting in different kinds of things, such as walls and so forth, these walls rest on level one. That's how that works. And the floor is at level one. And so because of that, then you have to make another decision, and that is, how do you want this to work? You've got level one, and then the top constraint is unconnected, meaning it just kind of goes up until it hits 20 feet. Now that's kind of tall, but that's, we could use that. But for our purposes, we're going to do what we did last week. We're going to, kind of make it look like this room. So I'm going to go here and change that from unconnected up to level two. And in our particular situation, level two is only at 10 feet. So now when I do this, I'm just going to go here and it's still asking what I want to do. So I got the wall center line, meaning that as I draw it, half the wall goes on one side of where I'm drawing and the other half goes on the other side. And then I can do this. Now, we talked last time about using a rectangle or a line. I'm just going to use a rectangle. So when I click here, make a rectangle, I can click here and do this. And when I do that, it then shows me that. Now, when I just press my escape key to release it, again, if I have something selected, my ribbon up here turns a green color, kind of a celery green. All right, and I use that word so you remember it. If you see that celery green or any color other than white, press your escape key if you're not sure what you're doing, because what happens is if you do this right now, you are right now editing something. You're doing something. And whenever the ribbon is not a white color, that means you're active, you're doing something. So for learning Revit, just press your escape key to release it and just get out of there. Now, what I want to do at this point is I want to go ahead and I want to click on this wall. I do want to click on this wall. And now what I'm going to do is the size of this wall says 88 feet. Now, the cool thing about Revit is I don't have to grab this wall and move it. I can just change this with the dimension. So I'm going to change that. Let's go ahead and make that, for my purposes, I'm going to go ahead and make that 170 and press enter. So that makes that 70 feet. And then if I click on this wall over on the right, and I click right here, I can make that 100 feet. So I go ahead and do that, and those walls are now in place. Press my escape key to release it. Now, once I've even put in that many walls, if I go over here, we talked about this before, and if I have these options, I've got default 3D view, I've got a camera view, and I got a walkthrough. We're not going to do anything with the walkthrough. This is going to be default or camera view. For our purposes, this is going to be exterior, this is going to be interior. So I'll click on default 3D view, and boom, it gives me that. Okay, we've talked about this last week, and that's what we have going on right there. So now I have a tab here and a tab there. I have two tabs, and if I click on this tab right here, I get to see this. I click on this tab there, I get that. So we can go back and forth. Now, what I want to do is, now that I've done this, is I just want to look at what is being measured. So I click on this right now, and when I zoom in right here, let me just kind of point this out right now. What's going on is there's a dimension, and that dimension could go either to the outside of the wall, the inside of the wall, or the center line. This is set at the center line. So here's what's really cool about Revit. If I want to change that, I can click on this little blue thing. It's actually called a witness line. If I click on this, it goes there. Okay, so just went ahead and went to the outside. So if I go down here, and if I take this and click on this, it goes to the outside. If I click it again, it goes to the inside. If I click it a third time, it goes to center line. So you have your choice inside, outside, or center line. And depending upon what is spec'd, you would actually use that. Did that make sense? Okay, inside, outside, the other way. So 70 feet. Okay, so if we do that, we have that happening. Okay, so that's how we begin to work with this. And then I'm just going to do a couple things here. I'm going to create another wall here. I'm going to grab this wall. I'm going to go ahead and go from the midpoint here, and I'm going to go right to there. And when I do that, I'm going to go ahead and undo that. Oh, by the way, Control Z is undo. I use a lot of it. But if I go here, notice that when I hover the cursor here, if I hover it there, it just gives me distance. But if I drag it to roughly the middle, do you guys see that triangle? That's your midpoint. You click on that, that's exactly your midpoint. When I click over here, you see that's 35 feet on each side. So it really is trying to figure out what you want to do, and it's going to let you do that. So we have that going on. So now what I'm going to do is I want to go ahead and I want to draw another, I'm going to start here. I want to go ahead and draw another wall. And now what I can do right here is I want to make this 8 feet away from here. Now, if I go in here, I'm just going to go ahead and click right there and do my wall again. I'm going to go here and I'm going to go up here up till it says 8. Now I can drag it till it says 8 feet or whatever else, or I can just kind of like, I can guess and then put it in later. But for right now, I'm going to just hit 8 feet and you can do it that way. And when I do that, I just put it right there. Oop, and I made a mistake. Control Z. And we go backwards and I'm going to try that again. And I go right to 8 feet and I go there and straight across and I click there and we're good to go. So that is how we're able to begin to do this kind of thing. Another thing you can do is you can use different shapes. So if I go here to circle, if I go to circle right here, and if I pick this right here, I can pick that and I can go ahead and make this, let's say, oh, I don't know what, 14 feet, I think is good. We'll make that 14. We got that. And this gives you an idea as far as how you can begin to work things. Then I'm going to wall again, and I can go ahead and just touch it here and go over here. And I'm going to make this 16 feet just to, kind of do that. And at this point, it couldn't be any easier. Now, if you take a look at it in 3D, boom, that's what it starts to look like. So this stuff really starts to take on a life of its own really quickly. So we've got that going on. So now I'm going to put a door. It's going to take a door. And what you can do is when you put in doors, you can actually put on what's known as a tag. And a tag allows you to track the door by a number. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to drop the door right around there, drop it right there, and it gives me door number 2. So these are some of the basic things you can do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close out of this. And I'm going to start us all. We're all going to do the same thing together. I don't want to save any changes. We're going to all do this together. So I'm going to start a new one because you guys have already done this. I got to catch up to you now. So I'm going to go out to here and I'm going to go to downloads. I'm going to give you your screens back and we're going to go through that little exercise just to get familiar with it. And that is what we're going to do. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take your screens and give you back ownership of them. And hopefully I can get this to work. And let's see here. So let me go back to your screens. Again, is that going to let me? Okay, there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop showing teacher screen. Okay, and now you guys now have control over your machines again. Now, here's what we're going to do. Just to review, please look at my screen. You have control of your machines, but please take a look at this. I want to kind of go over a couple things. These are your properties right here. These are your properties. This is your project browser. And for right now, we're on level 1. We have one tab right here. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to start by doing what I just did. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start with a wall. So click right here, just click right on wall, click on the word wall. And when you do that, what is the thickness of the wall that is actually mentioned here in properties? What does it say? Yeah, basic wall, generic 12 inches. Now, this is just a gray slab. It's not really anything. There's no materials. We're just going to use this because it's a great way to start. Now, down here, where it says wall center line, we're going to go to this top constraint. And you know what? Just leave it unconnected. That's fine. We'll just leave it unconnected. We'll just do that. Now, what we do want to do is pay attention to this right now because we can actually go ahead and begin to place this, place the walls in either by just drawing lines or a rectangle. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to click on rectangle. When I click on rectangle, I'm going to just pick 2 points. Pick 1 point and pick another point, and then press your escape key twice, just to make sure we're all there. Now, we have that there, and I'll just go ahead and watch and see if you guys all do that. You guys should be good. If you have any questions, please ask, but that's what we're doing right now. Okay. All right. And after you use the rectangle option and you make that, go ahead and press your escape key twice. All right, because if you're still seeing that celery green, it means you're still in the command. You want to press your escape key twice. All right, just looking right now. I'm not seeing that you've got that, Amadou. Do you have that in yet? Okay, just watching. And we go ahead and do that. Pick 2 points with rectangle, and then we should be good to go. Okay. All right, good. And we can always move it around and stuff. Then press your escape key a couple times so that your ribbon is not celery green. Press your escape key to release it so it's white. Everyone should have a white screen now. Now, what we're going to do is just what I showed you before. We're going to resize this simply by clicking on the top wall. When you click on the top wall, you're going to notice that over here on the right, you're going to have some dimension. Unless you were really, really lucky, it's not going to say 70 feet. So to change this, you're just going to click right on whatever number is here, and you're just going to type in 70 and press enter. And we've just made that exactly 70 feet. That is how easy this is. So that is now exactly 70 feet measured from center line to center line. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on this line. And when you click on this line, which is the right wall over here, the right wall, we're going to make this 100 feet. So we'll click on this down here and type in 100 and press enter. You don't have to type in feet, just type in 100. And it's going to go ahead and do that and press your escape key twice. So it's 100 feet by 70 feet. Okay, I'm gonna do, let me kind of hop in there for a second. Let me just kind of see what's going on there. Okay, a couple things. Let me just kind of take over for a second here. You got to cut, first of all, your ribbon kind of changed around on you here. And all we're doing right now is we're just using wall and we're using rectangle, which right here. We click point A and point B like that. Press escape key. We're going to click here and make this 70 like that. And then we're going to click on this one and make this one 100 just by clicking there and having it 100, just like that. Then we press our escape key twice. All right, so that's what we have there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, looks like you guys are all there. Okay, now we're going to do, now that we have that, let's take a look at it in 3D. And again, to look at it in 3D, we go over here. And remember, this is where we see the little Monopoly house here. Click on a little Monopoly house, you'll see it in 3D. Right. All right. Okay, Elisha, did you do that already? Because I'm not, my screen didn't update yet. Yeah, you want to click the little Monopoly house that I just pointed out. Yep, good. Okay, thank you. All right, now over here, what we're going to do, now that we're looking at this, again, remember here we have tabs. This is a tab that actually shows us 3D. If you click on level one, you click there, we're back to here. Let's go back to level one. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add the same walls that I just showed you in the last little demo. So to do this, we're going to go up here to wall. You're going to click on wall. Now, when you click on wall, we're going to use the same wall type that we just used. So to do this, hover your cursor right here, and you're going to notice that when you touch this wall, it begins to measure it. But if you bring it right around to the center, you'll see a triangle. And when you see the triangle, it's going to say midpoint, and you want to click there. Click on that and just drag it straight across like that. And you're just going to go ahead and drag it across. And once you drag it all the way across, you'll notice that you get a couple dimensions, 35 feet on each side. And then just press your escape key twice.
So we're just moving that line to the center, right?
We're just drawing a line from the midpoint. Yeah, so here, let me just kind of hop out there for a second there and let me grab this for a second. All right, so what we're doing here is yeah, so all we're doing, I'm just going to go ahead and hit the escape key. We go to wall and we're just hovering the cursor right here. We're just drawing it.
Oh,
So yeah, so just make sure you see this midpoint, and then you pull it straight across just like that. And then just press your escape key twice. And that's it. And that's all we're doing there. And let's see here. Looks like you guys are all there. Okay, good. All right, and so now we're going to do is the next thing we're going to do is we're now going to draw another one. We're going to go to wall again. And when we go to wall, we're going to go ahead and we're going to touch it here. We're going to pull it up from the corner here. And we're going to go ahead and try to get it 8 feet. Now, if it's not 8 feet, it's not a problem because we can always change it after. So just try to get it at 8 feet right there. And like mine says 8 feet now, I'm going to click and pull it over here just like that. So we're giving ourselves a little corridor. So if you're not sure when you're done, just click on this and it should say 8 feet over here. And that very easy to do. And so don't overthink it. You're just clicking and dragging. That's all you're doing. Okay, looks good. And Anthony, I see exactly how far ahead you are. That's good. And okay, and looks like, oh, good. Everyone got it. Very good. Nicely done. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's do this. Let's go ahead. Now we're going to make another wall that's circular. So to do this, we go to wall again. And now to do that, you got line, you've got rectangle, and you've got other shapes. We got circle over here. So let's go ahead and click on circle. Now, when you click on circle, one of the things I want to point out here is whenever you're working in Revit, one thing's going to happen, which I'm going to point out here. Revit is always going to be prompting you what the next step is. So I started the Revit command. Now down here, can anyone read what this says? It says here? Click to enter, circle, wall, center. So what's happening is if you're ever not sure what the next step is, look down here. It's going to be down here. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick this location here. So you want to go ahead and take it and put it on this mid wall right here. Now see this right here? If I keep on pulling this along, see that? I find this midpoint there. So I'm going to click right there on this triangle. I'm going to pull it down until I see it say 14. Once it says 14, I'm going to click. And then it gives me this, and it actually cuts out the walls. Press your escape key twice. And then just so that we're all on the same page, click on the 3D tab and take a look at that. Okay. Okay. Okay, great. You guys are doing great. Now, next thing we're going to do here is we're now going to go over here, and now we're going to go back to level 1. So remember we talked about over here. I'm going to get my little highlighter so you guys can see it. You got 3D, which is the tab we're on right now. This is level 1, so click back on level 1, and we're back to here. Okay, so we're back to here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put in a wall right here, right in this location here. So to do that, we go over here to wall again. I click on wall, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to touch it here, and I'm going to bring it over until I see 16 feet. And if it's not 16 feet, let's say I make a mistake. I click there and go up, and it's like, oh no, everything's ruined. Well, it's not. You press your escape key, you click on here, and you just type in the right dimension there. Instead of being 18, I type in 16. So it's very forgiving, very forgiving. It really will let you get away with murder. Okay, it really will. It'll let you go ahead and kind of do all this stuff. So you got that going here. So you got that one, and that is going to be 16 feet. Just use your temporary dimensions to get it in place, and you're good to go. Awesome. You guys are doing great. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to put in a door. Now, when we go over here, you've got wall here, you've got door, you got windows, you got other stuff here. So click on door right here. Click on door. Now, when you click on door, what's going to happen is it says single flush 84-inch door, which is fine for our purposes. Now, notice that when you move your cursor, you get the universal not allowed symbol, which is a circle with a slash through it, looks like a diameter. And there it says, and you might think, hey, Revit's broken. Well, no, it's not. Remember, Revit knows what it's dealing with. Revit knows what a door is. It knows a door can't just sit outside of a building. That's not what you do. Let's put a door out in the yard, you know? No. But watch what happens as soon as you put it over a wall. As soon as I put it over a wall, well, hey, there it is. All right. So what you do is you put it over a wall, and I'm going to zoom into here, and I'm going to make it 3 feet away. I'll click there, and boom, done. And it gives me the number 2. Now, as if that's not cool enough, I'm going to press my escape key twice. Press your escape key twice to get that done, so that you're no longer in a gear, you're in neutral. And then if you click on this, now you're going to notice you have 2 sets of arrows. One set goes up and down, one set goes left and right. Just go ahead and click the up and down arrow and notice what it does. It flips it in different directions, okay? Revit's full of these kind of things, okay? So you just want to look at these little things because they can actually show you a lot of ways to update your design and save you a lot of hassle. So did you guys see how that worked? Okay, it's that flips around. Okay, so you got that going on. Press your escape key. All right, now we're going to save this. We're going to save this. So go up here and you're going to click this little floppy disk up here. You've got this right here. Click on this. It's going to ask, where do you want to save it? What you want to do is, as I've been mentioning, we're going to save it to the desktop. Go ahead and save this to the desktop. And for this one, we're going to name this one, we're going to call it Sketch Practice. I'm going to put mine on capitals. Sketch Practice. And then put in your last name, a dash in your name. Just like that, Sketch Practice, you've got that going on. And then you'll hit save. And you have now just created your first building. Okay, so we got that going on. So you've got some basic parameters that we're working with right here. Now that we've done that, there's actually so much to unpack here. We've looked at a lot of things. We've talked about a lot of things. I'm just going to try to keep it pretty narrow here and kind of repeat the same things over and over again. So let's go back up to here. Let's click on the 3D tab. You click on the 3D tab, it looks like this. And then we're going to go here. We're going to click this little visual style right here. Remember this. And let's go ahead and make it realistic. And when you make it realistic, it's going to go ahead and shade it. It looks like this, which is, looking good now. So now we got something going on here. So now we have proof of concept how this all works. Now we're going to go deeper. Let's go back to level 1. Back to level 1. Now, when you begin to work in Revit, I'm going to show you a couple things here. I'm going to take over your screen just for a minute, just to show how this works. So I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to go ahead and take over your screen. I'm going to show you a bit more here. Okay. Okay, need to release that person. Okay, all right. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. All right, so now going over to here, you guys see my screen now? Okay, so now that you're seeing my screen, what we're going to do now is we're going to talk a little bit about the next thing, which is over here. Now, we talked about this. We talked about this over here is your properties. This over here is your project browser. Here are your view controls. This is your drawing area. This is your ribbon. And now we're going to go over here and we're going to just go down and just to kind of show you what we did here. You got this practice. We did this last week, actually, that. And then what we did is we started doing this right now. We actually did this and didn't do this yet. We actually jumped over. We did with, yeah, sketching practice. We rotated to that, didn't we? Yeah, we did. So actually, we're actually over here. We actually did this. Okay, so this is the practice that we just did. Now, that being the case, there's a lot of other things we can do here, which is all very, very interesting. We can have different views. We talked about that. We'll look at a few more views in a second here. And then we're going to talk about doing a bit more sketching. So before we do that, let's just do a quick review of this right now. Let's do a quick review. Okay, so to do this, let's just do a little more sketching while we're in this mode. The next thing that we want to work with here are basic modify tools. And with your modify tools, you have different tools like move, copy, rotate, mirror, align, okay? And you can move and copy elements, which is one of the most basic things that you can do as we get into here. So we're going to work with moving and so forth. We're going to do that. And then what we're going to do is do a few things here and make those work. And we are just going to go ahead and we're going to do a little bit of work with this one right here and just see how this works, doing some copying and doing a couple other things here. So here's how we're going to do this. Over to here right now, I'm going to give you your screens back. Before I give you your screens back, let me show what we're going to do here. First thing I'm going to do right now, I'm going to zoom into here and I'm going to touch my cursor on top of this. Now, when I click on that, you're going to notice that when I click on anything, my ribbon changes and it goes into what is known as the modify panel. Okay, so this is modify right here, the modify tab. And what it's looking to modify is the thing that's selected. So this blue thing, and it tells me what it is. This is a basic wall, generic 12 inches. And now what I can do is I can actually delete that. If I hover my cursor right here, this is delete. I could also press my delete key on my keyboard. There's a lot of ways I can do this. But for right now, I'm just going to click on that, and that deletes it. So now I've got that out of the way, and now I'm going to go ahead and zoom into here. And now I've got this door. Okay, I got this door. And so when I have this door right here, first thing is it says number 2, and I'm going to change that first of all. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to change it to be number 1. Okay, so it's number 1 right there. So you can change these, no problem. And then what I want to do is I want to copy the door and the tag and the wall. Now, this is a bit much, okay? So I'm going to show you how this actually works right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these elements right here. So I'm going to start right now by going ahead and when you want to select more than one thing, you have to, if I click on here, that's selected. If I click on here, that becomes unselected. If I click here, that becomes unselected. So there's got to be a way to select more than one thing. And there is. We're going to click on this, and then to select more than one element, you hold your control key down. And when you hold your control key down, you're able to select this, and then you're able to select that. So when I did that, can you guys see up here what this says? How many items are selected? 3. Multiple categories selected. I've got the wall, I've got the door, and the door tag. Now that I've got those selected, all of my tools show up here. Now, take a look at these tools. These tools up here all have different meanings. Okay, this one, when you hover your cursor over it, it's going to give you what's known as a tooltip and then show you a little video about how it works. It's really pretty cool. Now, what we want to do right now is we want to use copy. Now, look at copy here. When I go to copy, a little movie starts, and what it lets me do is go ahead and click on this wall and go ahead and make a copy of it a certain distance up. That's really all you're doing. Okay, so that's what we have going on here. So I'm going to click on, so I have the item selected, I click on copy. Now, what's going to happen right now is I move my cursor over here. I want you to notice something. Revit is telling me what it wants me to do now. And by the way, Revit's going to win all its arguments anyway, so you might as well just read it and understand what it wants you to do. So what am I being told to do right now? Yeah, click to enter the move circle. What does that mean? That means how do I want to grab it? Okay. In other words, this isn't just like anything will work. There's a specific way you want to do this. Now, for this, what I want to do is I want to select it right down here because what I want to do is I want to make a row of offices right down here. So I'm going to click right there at that midpoint. So I do that. It's the first thing you do. So I zoom into here and I go ahead and grab that. Now notice that this, I can grab the endpoint right down here. See that? Just like that. I click there and then I pull it over. Now, as I begin to pull it over, I'm going to basically tell it what I want to do. So what I'm going to do, you can see it says 16 feet. I'm just going to type in 16. I type in 16, I press enter. Boom, there it is. And I'm going to type in 16 again. And I keep on going over here, 16, there it is. Then I go over here and type in 16 again. And just like that, we have now created a string of rows. Very, very simply. And we're going to do that together now. So I'm going to back this up. And I'm going to give you back your screens. We're going to do that right now. So over here, I'm going to give you back your screens. And I'm going to go here and stop showing teacher screen. And now we're going to do is we're going to do that together. So let's all go to the same view, which is this view right here. So again, what we're looking at right now is we're on level 1, and you want to zoom into this to be able to see that office on the left. Let's all go do that, and I'm going to watch you to make sure you're all with me. Okay, so this, you want to be on the floor plan tab. Okay, there's a 3D tab, there's a floor plan tab, so you want to zoom into that. Okay. All right, all right. Okay, so now this is what we're going to do. We're going to select 3 items. So this is what you do. You click on the wall. When you click on the wall turns blue. What did I say you have to press to select more than one item? Control. Yeah, so hold the control key down, click on the door, and then click on this right here. The control key is at the lower left part of your screen. So you should have just selected 3 items right here. And up here, it should say multiple categories selected. You guys all see that? Okay, now before we do this, this is still numbered as number 2, and that's not good practice. So we're going to correct that right now. So press your escape key, just like I did. Press your escape key. This happens all the time. We're going to zoom into this. And now to correct this, you're going to hover your cursor over this little oval, and you're going to click on it and you want to click right there. And when you click on it just right, you'll be able to change the number 2. It'll highlight like this. So go ahead and type in 1 and press enter, and then press your escape key. And then just stay zoomed in so I can see if you guys got it.
How do I put the tag on? Yeah, I don't have a tag on mine.
You guys didn't, you guys never tag. Okay.
Yeah, we don't.
Okay, to put the tag on, this is what you do. All right, if you do not have a tag, please follow this step. Go up here to annotate. It's easy to do. Click on annotate. This happens all the time. Teachable moment. So you go to annotate right here, and you're going to go over here and go to tag by category. You see this?
Yep.
So go to tag by category, and then what you're going to do is you're going to uncheck leader line. Uncheck leader line. Okay, once you've done that, click on the door and tell me, do you see it?
Yep.
All right. Anyone else need that? Guys all set? Okay, I'm going to take a look and zoom in there, please, so I can see whether or not you got door number 1 there. Okay, looks like you're all there. If you don't have it, okay, looks like a lot of you guys are ahead. That's great. So now what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to zoom out again. Now, let's go through that same process again. I'm going to select the door. I'm going to select the wall. I'm going to select the door tag. So I click on the wall first, hold the control key down, and then I'm going to click on the tag. So we'll do that. So we have 3 things selected. It should say 3 selected right here. You guys all see that now? Okay, now the copy command is located right here. It looks like a white circle that's actually with an arrow connecting to 2 blue circles. So click on copy. And now remember what we're asked to do. We're asked to click to enter, move start point. Again, it says it right down here. Click to enter, move start point. So you're going to go right here, pull it right underneath here, and then click, and then pull it to the right. And as you pull it to the right, you're going to type in 16, and pull it to the right again and type in 16, and just keep on pulling it to the right and typing 16. And we'll go ahead and do that. And then when you're done, press your escape key twice, and you should have a string of rooms that look just like that. Now take a look to make sure everyone's there. Oh, I didn't tell you guys to get rid of that top wall, did I? I didn't. Okay, that's okay. We'll get to that in a minute. Not a big deal. You can still operate with it without it. Okay. All right. Question? Okay, let me take a look. All right. All right. Have you been there? Okay. All right. There's kind of like okay, let me. All right, so we're just gonna back this up here. All right. All right, and then we're going to, so we have to select, okay, so first of all, change that to 1. All right. And then we're going to go here and hold the control key down. All right. Okay. Now can you see it says 3 things selected right here? Okay. So now that I've got that, I'm going to go over here and go to my copy and start right here, right there. And I'm going to pull it over. I'm going to type in 16 and over again, 16 and 16. And it just kind of like works really nicely as you go through there. And then you got that, press escape key. All right, and that's that. And then let's see how the rest of you guys doing. Are we all good? We all have that? Okay. All right, looks good. All right, mostly good. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, let me jump in there. Let's see what's going on here. All right. What happened there? You. All right, not sure what's going on there. All right. All right. All right, let's try this again. Um, okay, let me try this again. Did you say your machine locked up?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And let's sit down. With my swap seats here. All right. All right. Okay. Yeah, okay. You got some kind of system here. Let's see. All right. Um, I don't get anything. Yeah. Okay. Um, all right. Yeah, I can't do anything. I guess we have to. go. Um, all right. This is taking a little bit. So I'm just gonna keep going here. We get you caught up as we can. All right. So at this point right now, we looks like everyone's there. Okay. So let's all take a look at this right now in 3D. And so as we take a look at this in 3D over here, okay. 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 Okay, and once you've got that, let's all take a look at that in 3D. So click on the 3D. Let's all, if we could all just kind of go here so I can take a look at it and kind of verify we're all in the right place. Let's all go to 3D and let's verify that we're all there just because don't want to proceed until we're all kind of in the same spot. Okay. Okay. And Jakai, are you able to log in okay?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, good. Elisha, let me take a look there real quickly. Looks like okay. All right. Let me just kind of jump in there real quickly. Let me see what I can do, see if I can't get that to work. All right. Okay, it looks like okay, so we're here. And I'm gonna go ahead and this. All right, and then there. Okay, now I've got three selected. That's good. And okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to here to copy. So to copy, first thing I have to do is I have to pick a start point. I go over, type in 16, and 16. Yeah, a bunch of doors came in. uh, I can see you've done this a few times, and that's kind of normal. Okay, so you got that. Okay, and then so we're just going to renumber these. In case to renumber them, we go here. We'll make this one 2, and we'll go over here and make this one 3. All right, and we'll go over here and make this one 4. Okay, 4. And we'll do this one and make it 5. Okay, make that 5. Okay, so we got that. Okay, so we got those all together, and I'm just going to go ahead and let that one go. And then, okay, now everyone at this point, we're taking a look at it in 3D, and then you want to save it. Just go up here and click the save. You don't have to save it again. I mean, you don't have to save it as again, just save it. Yes, sir.
I think mine, I think I actually opened it as the template, so how can I say it?
Okay, let me jump in there. Yeah, that's what happens, and it just adds another step. Not a problem. I'll get you squared away here. So what you want to do is this right here. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now, I'll go ahead and just take over to just kind of get this going here kind of quickly. So what you do right here is you've got it saved as that. So I'm gonna go here to go, okay, we'll go to File, Save As, and let's save it as a template. And we decided to call this on our desktop. We decided to call this Sketch Practice in capitals. Okay. Okay, got that, and we'll save it just like that. Okay, now that was saved as a template. So this is what you have to do. This is the step you have to go through. You go here, and then you close it, and then you go to new. And now we're going to use that as our template. So you got to browse out to your desktop, and you simply use that as your template. It's just another step. It's just a kind of long way around. You can still get there. It's just, one more step. So now, because that's the way Revit is, now we're going to go ahead and save this as File, Save As. Now we can save it as a project, and we'll go ahead and save it as Sketch Practice. Okay, only we're going to go ahead and change this so that it's Sketch Practice, and only this is going to be, get rid of that, and it's going to be an RVT file. So we'll save it, and now you're good to go. All right, good. All right, so you're all set there, Quinn? And very good. Anybody else have an issue saving it at all? Okay, I'm not seeing, okay, everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to do what you just did.
Okay, let me just kind of let me just kind of jump in there because this is a little tricky. Go over to your, okay, okay. All right, let me just kind of do this for you because this is a little bit weird. Okay, so I assume you just saved this. So let me close out of here. So I'm going to File, and I'm going to go to Save As, and I'm going to save it as a template. And it looks like you just did that, so that's good on your desktop, perfect. And I'm going to close out of here. And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make sure it's there because some stuff can go wrong. So I'm not trying to, don't want to be, I just want to make sure we're all in the same spot because if it's not, it's going to ripple along and it's going to create problems. And we'll have to go back anyway. So I'm going to go to New, and we're going to go to Browse, and we're going to go out here to Desktop, and we're going to go out here to our Sketch Practice. And there it is. And make sure this is the right one. Should be. And I can't change that, so I hope that's right.
Yeah, that's the way.
All right. All right. So we'll go ahead and hit open. And we'll hit OK. And there we have it. Now we'll save it as File, Save As, Project. And this is going to be Sketch Practice. All right. And all right. And last name is Titus. All right. And we should be good to go there. All right. Yes. Okay, good. And uh by the way, those numbers, what they're basically saying is they're trying to give you a let's get rid of that. All right, and they're trying to give you backup, which is what they are doing. They're doing it successfully. So what's happening is every time you see the 0.001, 0.002, 0.003, Revit is automatically saving a backup so you don't lose work. So that's what that does. But you don't use those unless you have to. So you ignore those unless you crash and burn and you need to use them. So you can get out of there. Okay, so now what we have here is we now have this is all done here. Okay, so now we're going to hop out of it. Let's go ahead and close out of there. So click the close right here, and now we're looking at this right now. So we're just going to do we're just going to do a couple things here and then we're going to finish this off. So you're back on level one. Okay, now right now, okay, Jakai, let me kind of get in there and looks like you already built it, didn't you? Okay, very good. And did you find your old file, Jakai?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Let me just kind of jump in here and get you caught up real quickly here, and nicely done. I'm surprised that this wasn't worse because usually it can be really bad when this stuff happens. But I'm glad that's all it was. So we're here, and I'm going to grab this, grab the door, and also grab this. All right, and then okay, then I'm going to go ahead and go to copy, and again I pick a starting point. I go over here, type in 16, 16, enter, and over again 16 again, and 16. And one more time, 16. Okay, perfect. Okay, we got that. We'll just delete this. Delete that. Okay, good. All right, good. And we will go ahead. We are good to go there. Now that we've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to just take it a couple steps further and then we're going to quit for the night. All right, so over here, what we got going on here is we have now this right here. So we just use the copy command. The move command works the same way. There's actually quite a few commands, but that kind of proves the point right now. Now, what we learned last time is we can put in doors, you can also put in windows. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go over here to architecture and let's go to window. Go over here to window. And when you go to window, you have a bunch of windows that are here. And you got window, casement double. And let's just grab the biggest one here. This 57 by 72 inch window. And what we're going to do right now is just going to put windows right here. And they should swing out, by the way. And you'll notice you can actually go ahead and place them so they're exactly at 8 feet because you're going to find it. So go ahead and grab that one. And that's, again, the 57 by 72 inch window. And let's go ahead and make them, let's send them right here. We're going to put one of these in each of our offices just to get a feel for this. And we're going to do that. And we'll finish with this last one here. Oh, this last one we're not going to do. We'll just do those. That's all we're going to do. Then take a look at it in 3D. And then you're going to want to go ahead and rotate it around to see your windows like that. So just go ahead and put them in and then rotate it so you can see the exterior windows. And I will watch you guys do that. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. And to rotate it again, you hold the shift key down in your middle mouse button. Okay. And you're going to notice that when you start to place the windows, you get the chance to actually go ahead and to kind of flip them, in one direction or the other, have them face out or face in. So once you're all done, take a look at it. You go into your 3D view and then just rotate it around to see how that looks. All right. Very good. Very good. Did you carry that working okay? Yes. Good, good, good. Okay. And all right. All right. All right. Looks good. All right. So that is how you'd begin to go ahead and to place these items. Okay. So that is how you would place um, doors. That's how you place windows. That's how we kind of like do this kind of all together like that there. Okay. Okay. Looking good, everybody. Looks great. Looks great. Okay. Now that we've done that, we are now, yeah, if you could all take a look at that in 3D so I can just verify you all got that. I'm just waiting on you guys. And so if you got that done, take a look at it in 3D and rotate the building so you can see the windows from the outside. That would be awesome. To rotate the building, you hold down the shift key and then you hold down the middle mouse button. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Thank you. Okay, good. Looks good. Looks like you guys all have it. Okay, so now that we got that, it looks like this. And what we're going to do now is we're going to save it. Save it right there. So we got that going on here. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to go back to our level one and we're going to put in a floor. Okay, let's put in a floor. So we did this last time. We're gonna do it again this week. So to put in a floor, we're gonna click this drop down for floor, and you'll notice you have different kinds of floor. You got floor architectural, structural, floor by face, and floor slab edge. We're gonna choose the floor architectural. So grab that. And then what we're gonna do is we could put in another carpeted floor, but we're gonna go hardwood. So hit this drop down here, and we've got a wood finish right here. Wood joist 10, wood finish. Can you guys see that there? Okay, so you want to find, now again, what did I do to find that? I clicked on this right here. What I'm doing is I'm clicking right here. And when I click there, I actually have these choices. I'm going to go down here and choose wood finish. I'm going to use that. Now, when I use this, what I want to do is to actually get the floor to look right. You could use this, which is to pick the walls, but I can instead go here to rectangle. So go to rectangle and you're going to go outside edge here to outside edge. Just like that, outside edge to outside edge. Now, when you do that, we saw this last week, you then have a red X, which means terminate, abort this mission, or you go to green. Green means you like it. So if you think you got it, hit the green check mark, and it should fill in blue like that. And press your escape key and take a look at 3D, and you're going to be able to then flip it and see you now have this beautiful wood floor. All right. All right, just like that. Yes, sir.
After you press joint, wood joint.
Okay, yes, so you click on okay. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on the rectangle tool. Okay, so click on rectangle, then pick the far left top. Yep, click there and bring it down to the far right and click there and hit the green check mark. Perfect. And I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in there because I see one little thing. And just because this didn't really go where it's supposed to, but we'll fix it. So let's go here. I'm going to go ahead and grab this and do that, and you are good to go. All right, and you're back on your own. Okay, good. Now, at that point, take a look at it in 3D so you guys can see it. When you take a look at it in 3D, it's like, wow, okay, that's all right. That's all right now. So we have this happening right now. Now, what we're going to do now is because we've already made a pretty good jump into this right now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this. What I want you guys to do is next, what we're going to do is we're going to put windows and doors around the exterior. Now, I'm going to let you guys freestyle right now. So based upon the layout right now, you could have a door here, you could have a door here, you could have windows, you could have a door here, whatever you want to do. But put some doors and windows all around the perimeter. Let's go ahead and do that. Your chance to go ahead and be a house designer. So let's go ahead and do that. And you can make double doors if you want to, like I just did there. Put them right next to each other if you want to kind of do something a little more grand. So you can do that. And yeah, just put some windows on all four sides. And again, this is just again your chance just to kind of like just see how the stuff works and get some familiarity with it. And right now, the biggest thing right now is just learning how to click your mouse and make this stuff happen. That's the biggest thing right now. So I'm not looking for anything really terribly not I'm not worried about correctness really at all. I just want you guys to get familiar with this and so you're not intimidated by it and so that all this just kind of works and just going to put those in place. And after you put in some doors and windows, go to your 3D view and take a look at it just to see what you got going on. And, depending upon what you've done, it's going to look something like that. All right, all right, all right, very good. Very nice, you guys. All right, all right, looking good. And take your time, not any big rush. You can't rush art. I've heard it said. So just take your time with it. And let's get some, and this is called fenestration. Anytime you have a break in the architectural wall, that's called fenestration, whether it's doors or windows, that's a big fancy word. I may use it again. All right. All right. Looking good. Looking good. Anyone? Jakai doing okay there? Did that just crash and burn? I just lost your screen. Did you get another error, Jakai? Um, let's see here. All right, let's save your work real quickly. Okay, so all right, yeah, you want to save your work. Make sure you save your work. You don't want to lose anything. And then what we're doing here, just to be clear about this, I'm just going to grab remote control quickly here. I'm going to hit the save, and I got that. And then I'm going to go over here, and this is how we go ahead and make this happen. You go to 3D right there, and there's your 3D view. Looks good. Looks good. Awesome. Very, very good. And that is great. And again, as you guys got that in there, take a look at it in 3D. Oh man, Anthony, you're definitely knocking it out here. Looks good. Looks good. And you guys could have a chance to shine with this because I'm going to have a couple projects that actually are quite rigid, so you guys learn how to make an exact um, type of design. But then after that, I'm going to cut you guys loose and let you guys do some of your own design. Looks good, everyone. Looks good. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. All right. If you guys, whatever you have right now, yeah, take a look at it in 3D just because I want to kind of move on. And looks like you guys are, and I don't want to interrupt you can go back and do more later. But for right now, let's just take a look at it in 3D so I know you're done and I know you're listening to me. That would be helpful. And then we can kind of move on. So we go to the 3D view and you're not going to get graded right now about anything. I just want to see I just want you guys to understand how this works and become a little more confident in using the interface and not intimidated by it. Okay, awesome. Very good, everybody. Save your work. Save your work. Go up here and save it. Okay, so now what we got going on right here is we have a bunch of information. Let's go back to our level one. Now, these are more or less offices. They could be something else, but what we had learned last time is we have some desks, we have some PCs, we have some chairs, and we have some monitors. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go into this first office right here, and I'm going to go here to my component. Remember, we did this before. We go to component, place one. Then I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a desk. Now, this can be any desk you want. These are all, I'm going to grab the big one, the 72 by 30 inch desk. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go ahead and place the desk. Probably what I'd want to do if I was in this office, I'd probably want to be looking at the door. So if someone comes in, they're not looking at me. We got that. So I'm going to go ahead and place that right there. Now you can place it anywhere you want, but place the desk there. And then after you place the desk there, you're going to go ahead and you're going to go to, yeah, so place the desk. And I'm going to watch you guys and make sure you guys got that. So place the desk, and that should be pretty straightforward. Okay. All right. And then, yes, we'll be copying them later. All right. All right. Amadu, you doing okay there? All right, I think something just changed. Let me check it out here. Okay, let me jump in here. All right, you're still creating a floor boundary. Okay, let me jump in here and yeah, sometimes Revit does this thing. Let me do a couple things here. Okay, you got that. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead here. I'm going to go to level 2, level 1. Okay, you're going to save your work here. Okay, and we hit the green check mark. Sketch is empty. Continue. Okay, we're going to go ahead and end it. All right, looks like you. Well, let me just kind of see it's good. Yes, okay, you're good to go. Okay, so you got it. You're looking good. And now we're going to go over here and we're going to go to level 1. And then the only thing you don't have is you don't have unrealistic. That's all. Okay, looks good. And then I'm going to let that go. All right, now here's what we're going to do. So, okay, just back to here. And so all we did here is I went ahead and put in a desk. So I went here to component and I took a look down here for a desk, which I got here. I'm just going to take this, going to place it right along the wall like this. And okay, now we're good to go. Okay, so now that we've done that, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to let that go. And now we're going to do is we're going to populate these. So now that I've got this here, I'm going to go to component again, placing component. I'm going to go take a look for my chair. And I do have a task chair with arms. So I'm going to go ahead and place this. Now when this does this, if it's facing in the wrong direction, you just pressure spacebar a couple times, just drop your chair like that. So that's what you do. You drop the chair there. Let's go ahead and put in a chair. Okay. Looks good, Aiden. Nicely done. All right. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put on a computer tower and you're going to put a monitor on the desk. So to put the monitor on the desk, remember, the monitor has to go up 2.5 feet. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to grab my Dell monitor. I'm going to place it like this. I'm going to press the space bar to rotate it like that. And I have to make sure that it's actually 2.5 or I won't see it. And when I do that, I hit apply. And there it is. Okay, like that. It's going to drop it like that. And now that's right on top. And I can see it because I changed its height to 2 feet 6 inches. We've got that. Lastly, I'm going to go ahead and put my Dell tower. I'm going to put this right on my desktop too, just because I can. And the back, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put it like that. I'm going to put it right on the desktop like this. And I could put it underneath the desk, but I'm just going to go ahead and place it just like that. Oh, actually, it looks like that one on the floor, which is fine. I'm just going to leave it on the floor. That's fine. I can see it right down there. And there it is. So now once I have all those elements, I want to copy them to now before I go on, you can take a look. And so to take a look at what your room looks like, let me just kind of show you something here. Please take a look at my screen for a second here. I want to show you something. If you go up here to your house and click the drop down, you got the camera. If you click on camera, you can then just drop the camera here and take a look at what your room looks like. And it's going to show you this, which is what we're after. So you have this kind of a look. And so once you got that, you can then go ahead and take a look at it. And it's a pretty sparse room. Looks like something out of 1984, but you get the idea. And anyway, if anyone is a fan of science fiction, and you got this, which becomes more realistic all the time. And I got a little monitor under here, so get rid of that. And then I got this one right here. I'm going to put that one also on my desk, just because I can, like that. Okay, so now I got my monitor on the desk. So when you're done, it should look like this. You also can then change this to be consistent colors or something else like that. But that's what it should look like, okay? So that's what we're going to do. So you're going to go ahead and make that happen. And then what you're going to do lastly, and I think this is the last thing we're going to do tonight, we're going to go back to our level 1 view and we're going to copy those elements. So to do this, I want to copy those elements. So to do this, easiest way to do it is if I try to grab this, it actually starts to grab all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in and click on the items one at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just click on all 4 elements. And we're just going to use the same copy we used before. So I'm going to use copy. And where's my copy? Right here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and pick this right here. And I just go ahead and place them like that. And I'm just going to place them just like this. Play facilities manager. We'll go ahead and drop them like that. And what the heck, I'll put one more here. Why not? And we'll do that. Now, once you've done that, you will then have those, and then you can take a look at it in 3D like this. And then you'll be seeing right here, when you take a look at that, you then see these cubicles and a little cube farm right there, and you see what's going on there. So just spend a couple minutes and get those in place and kind of tweak it. And that's going to be it for tonight. It's kind of a cold, miserable night out there, and we're going to save our work. And here's what you want to do. You want to save it onto a flash drive or mail it to yourself. You're going to hand this in, not tonight. We're going to do a little more work on it next week, but just save it. Make sure it's saved. By the way, when you came in tonight and you looked on your desktop, did those were sitting at the same desk? Were your files still there from last week? Did you guys hear my question?
Yeah.
Okay, were your files still there from last week or no? They were? Okay, all right. So yeah, just keep on working on that, everybody. And yeah, looking good. Once you got that, take a look at it in your 3D view, kind of like I am right here, just to see that it's all there. Save it, and then that's going to be it. Feel free to go ahead and close up shop, and I will help anybody that needs a little bit of help. But we got people coming in kind of soon, so I want to be aware of that too. They kind of do that. So let's go ahead and save that work. Once you're done, nothing to submit tonight. You have to save your work. Please save your work. If you do not have a flash drive, mail it to yourself, and that is the workaround. All right, and that's what we're going to do tonight.
Rotate the component, so
Click on it and press your space bar.
Okay.
Is that working? If you press your space bar as you're going in, it'll let you rotate it too.
Okay.
Is that working?
Let me place it.
Oh, put it up 2.5.
Yeah, like I did. And so yeah, you can tweak that. All right, looking good, Anthony. Looks good. All right. All right. Hey, yeah, glad you were able to make it out tonight. Nice effort. We'll see you next Tuesday. All right, be careful driving home, guys. I don't know what's going on out there. Be careful. Tony, doing well. Is Tony okay or Anthony? Okay, nicely done. Looks great. Yeah, you too. Have a good night, everybody. Yes.
Please, the desktop, but I don't see it.
Okay, let me just go ahead and grab this real quickly. All right. All right. So let me just kind of go here. All right. Okay, yeah, that's okay. It's right underneath the desk. Okay, so we're gonna zoom in really tight. And we're gonna grab them all. Okay, here we go. All right. And then the only thing you have left is to put those on. Okay. Okay, good. And Nick, stuff's looking good. Nicely done.
Does, monitor?
Yeah, and then you just want to put the monitors on. So if you go here, you go here, and you go to right here. And then as you bring this in right here, we're going to make this one also 2.5. like this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and take this, I'm gonna rotate it like this, and drop that there. And then you just drop these on the desk like I'm doing right here, okay? And I'll let you take over. All right, there you go. All right, that looks good. And then just save your work, everybody, and then that's gonna be it for tonight. In hand, can I?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out.
All right, just take your time. Take your time. If it's becomes uh an impenetrable fog, let me know, and I can help out. I think I'm gonna stop the video right now because I think that's all I'm gonna be doing right now. So I'm gonna stop that, stop share, and end it, and meeting for all.